joined me on an overnight stay in Lisbon. We got the coach. It was €15 return from Albufeira. So it drops you off in a place called Sete Rios, which is 20 minutes to walk into the centre. It was just before Christmas, so it was very festive, and there was Christmas markets dotted everywhere. There was about 4 or 5 different Christmas markets in different areas. So Lisbon is very hilly. If you've got any kind of mobility issues, you may be restricted there, because to see everything, you need to be able to walk up the hills. Although there is trams, so you can get a tram. This is a very famous lift. There's usually a very big queue to go in there. If you've ever Googled Lisbon, you've probably seen a picture of this. I can't imagine why anybody would want to go in a very old lift, but there we go. And you'll find these roasted chestnut stalls all over. So there's lots of places to have food and drinks along all of the streets. Great for people watching. It's very, very lively. We had lunch in a place called Honest Greens. There's a couple of them, so it's a very, very good place if you're a vegetarian or vegan, although they do meat as well. But there's many options for vegans and veggies, and the views are insane. We sat inside because it was a bit cold, and then afterwards we went downstairs to have a coffee and a vegan cake, which was delicious. The lights in Lisbon are so nice at Christmas time. There's different lights on every street. So we really enjoyed walking around. We did so many steps. No idea what's going on here apart from the pink car. The festive train had such a big queue to go on it, but it was free, so that's why. This just goes round and round the square bit, and I'm actually sure it might go further than that, but yeah, it was a busy attraction, so we didn't bother going on it. It was just nice to see it going past. That was the castle lit up in pink, which is a really nice walk as well, with great views. And we spent the rest of the evening just walking around the streets, having some hot chocolate. We had a few beers, and it's just so much to see. I think one day probably isn't enough. I wish these messages would stop. They're ruining my voiceovers. I don't like doing voiceovers at the best of times. So we went back around the Christmas market to have another nose at the night time. They're much prettier at night, aren't they, with all the lights and stuff. And yeah, the hot wine was always popular. We stayed in the Easy Hotel. I don't know whether it's anything to do with EasyJet, but it looked like the same branding, same colours and stuff. It was a great hotel. The rooms were nice and clean, comfortable, but it was noisy because it's situated on the main road where there was traffic all night. So yeah, great hotel, great price, but noisy, so bring earplugs. We went to Winter Wonderland, which was lovely. It was all the way either side of the Marquês de Pombal. So we walked along this from the bus stop in the morning, but then it transforms midday into this Christmas market. So it had literally every food and drink you can imagine. It had an ice rink at the top. It was great. Loads to see and do there. Great for kids, actually. It had loads of kids rides. I've done a whole another walk around just on this Winter Wonderland, so have a look on that if you were planning to come here. I mean, it is now January the 15th, and I'm only getting around to editing this now. I love this bit with the girl taking pictures of a dog by the Lisboa side. It's so cute. Yeah, I'm just getting round to editing and uploading this video now, January the 15th. A bit useless, really, isn't it? Because Christmas has just gone. However, I'm sure next year this may come in useful for somebody. You never know. It's great vibe in this Winter Wonderland, so I'm definitely going to go back myself. Really loved it. It was lively. It was cold, actually, so that was the only thing. I wasn't prepared for how cold it would be in Lisbon. In comparison to the Algarve, it was way colder here, so I had to buy a coat, actually. The next day we went for a wander round. I don't know the names of the areas that I'm showing you, so yeah, you've just got to go for like a big explore round, I guess, and discover things. So I don't know the name of this area, but it's opposite where the castle is. Yet another Christmas market, of course, they were everywhere. And then after we walked around here, we got some vegan pasta donatas, which in my opinion are just as nice as the real ones. I'm sure many will disagree. We had them with some hot chocolate outside. And then we went to the Time Out Market, which is really lively and buzzing late afternoon, early evening. The markets are also dotted around outside the Time Out Market. And then we got a tram to Belém, which was a waste of time.